This isn't just about Crimea anymore, it's about Ukraine as a whole. This was Kharkiv yesterday. The pro-Russian crowd cheers as Ukrainian government supporters are literally thrown out of the building. One of several rallies in mainly Russian-speaking cities in eastern Ukraine, where Ukraine's flag was replaced by the Russian flag on City Hall. One activist from Moscow even filmed himself doing it. And as with Crimea, the government in Kiev is trapped. If it doesn't respond, these eastern cities might slip out of its control. But any move that provokes a confrontation could give Russia an excuse to invade. Just across the border, Russian forces are poised and ready for action. Ostensibly, it's a massive training exercise, but Russia has turned military maneuvers into an invasion before, when it sent troops into Georgia in 2008. There's a sense of crisis in Russia too today. President Putin now has the right to send troops into Ukraine, says the newsreader, a senior Kremlin editor. He adds that the Russian president warned President Obama that if there's any threat to Russian interests, he wouldn't hesitate to go in. In Washington, it's been called a brazen act of aggression. It feels suddenly as though the world is on the brink of an East-West confrontation reminiscent of the Cold War.
Russia needs to think very carefully about the choice that it's making, and there are visa bans, there are asset freezes, there's isolation with respect to trade and investment. American businesses may well want to start thinking twice about whether they want to do business with a country that behaves like this.
We have to recognize the sovereignty and the territorial integrity of Ukraine has been violated, and this cannot be the way to conduct international affairs.
In Kiev, crowds are again filling Independence Square, no longer celebrating victory, but appealing for outside support. But if President Putin is determined to act, it's hard to see how the West can stop him. The dangers of this conflict continue to grow. Bridget Kendall, BBC News.